there is some part of your life that you're suffering from it, but you accept, you adapt to it and everything. So you can do like a little rest for a day, maybe 2 days. You can go to travel for a moment and just disconnect for a moment, but it will not change who you are.
This is By Joyan Season 2. I'm your host, Joyan Chan, and every Wednesday we bring you inspiring stories, powerful message, and fun conversations with me and my special guests and friends, and it's my personal mission to empower you to live and lead a life with joy. This podcast is for you if you're looking for more joy, courage, passion, and purpose in your life. Now let's dive into today's episode and get ready to laugh, learn, and live your life to the fullest. Our guest today helps high performers reconnect with aliveness through the contrast of deep stillness, controlled fear, luxury travel, and human centered AI. It brings a rare and original contrast between corporate life and nomadic freedom, meditation and adrenaline, luxury travel and raw self testing, AI systems, and deep human transformation. His stories are vivid, but his message is practical. Success means little if it disconnects you from your own sense of aliveness. So, ladies and gentlemen, help me in welcoming the founder of Pulsia, the one and only Hossam Salmi. Bonjour, Hossam.
And I love it. It's like a entertainment show. I love it, Joyan. I love it. I love it. So nice to meet you, and I'm honored to be there. Really honored. I love all the podcasts that you have done, and I did my little research on you also as well. And I find myself enjoying to listen all of the podcasts that
Oh,
I did my research on.
thank you so much for that kind words. I really love when a guest, told me they have listened to some of my podcasts before and they love it. And so I'm really excited for our conversation today because I also have done my part of research. Based on my research, you walk away from your corporate life or your corporate career at
Yeah,
26. So what made you realize that, it wasn't the right path for you? And what did you discover about yourself, about life after leaving corporate?
that's a good question. So I will say I was good at it, but I felt empty doing the activity, doing the job. So I tried to find a job with more connection with people. So I tried to understand, okay, I'm good in statistic. What will be good to do as a in commerce? I was a buyer for a good company. I was getting really good at this, but I found out for a moment that I was getting better and better each day at life that I didn't want after all, and I was getting trapped to kind of a box that your life can be and go only in one way. And I couldn't know and find what will be my true potential if I kept going that way. But I was comfortable. To be honest with you, I had a good salary. I had my family. Went out with my friends. I was traveling a lot, but I felt empty somehow. I felt like I'm just in pilot automatic, and I can't even enjoy the little pleasure of life. So at this moment, I just said to myself, I will travel for 3 months, and it ended up being 4 years, 66 countries, and the moment that we are right now.
Wow, 4 years in 66 countries. I'm only halfway there. I think I've traveled only like to 30 countries, so I'm not counting. But yeah,
30, this is good also. 30, this is really good.
I love traveling as well. So,
Yeah.
so you say success without aliveness is one of your quotes. You say success without aliveness becomes a beautiful prison. So what does that actually look like? Because I believe a lot of people, even myself, I also found myself empty. Like, I was successful on the outside, but inside I was empty, I was depressed, or I was miserable. And I believe a lot of people are still experiencing that today. So what does that actually look like in real life? Like success without aliveness. What do you believe? What do you think people end up trapped in it without realizing?
Wow, this is such a good question. It was the main question of my quest for answers. It was why I'm not enjoying the life I'm doing right now, but why I'm good at this. And this is the thing, like human being has this capacity of adaptation. we are here, we are doing all of this because of adaptation. Adaptation, this is like a superpower, let's say, but it's also a curse because you adapt to everything, the good thing, but also the bad thing. You will adapt to wake up every morning, going to a job which makes you anxious. You will adapt to be stressed when you go to this meeting. You will adapt to be stressed, to be fear of talking of this person, but your body adapt to a life after all. For a moment you understand like you adapting to a life which makes your life being smaller or not yourself. You're adapting to someone that is not yourself, and you're getting good at this. So I would say, yeah, adaptation is scary, but you need to the best way to adapt better. Like I used to say, for me, the real freedom that you can find, the real and only freedom is not being able to go everywhere. The real freedom is to be able to stop enough for a moment, to step back and try to understand what you want to do in your life and how you want to achieve what type of goal, what type of path that you want to take in life. Just to take this step back. And this is freedom for me. Mais voilà. I'm sorry, in the meantime, I'm sweating like this, you will see, because of the canicula. But I hope I reply the question. Tell me if I should go deeper in something.
Sure. Yeah, but no, I really love that. I think that's so true, right? We adapt. Like you said, we adapt to the good things as well as the bad things. Like that's so true. That's what we call the comfort zone, right? We are so comfortable that we don't even want to, even we are sad, we are miserable, but we're still comfortable, right? And
Yeah.
to a certain extent. And so I'm sure quitting your job wasn't comfortable, right? And traveling to 66 countries wasn't comfortable. So how did you embrace that discomfort?
Yeah, this discomfort is this is weird to say, but I think you figure it out. You know where you're in the comfort zone, when you're in the autopilot zone, you don't really feel things. You don't really feel present. Like we said, you're in autopilot, so you're looking at your life from the background. But when you're exposed to discomfort, it's bring you back to presence. It's bring you back to the thoughts and to the moment you are right now. And in this discomfort, in this scared, in this moment of truth, you will be able to find little pleasure also as well, because presence means also question that you're avoiding. So this could be uncomfortable, but also means that your sense, your thoughts, your mind, your body has a better feeling, enhanced feeling about everything. So you can enjoy and go out. Okay, this is uncomfortable to quit everything, but you will be go out. You will be out with a little breeze coming out of the hair. You love the little things of life. You will enjoy your coffee even better because you will take the time to be present and to drink it. So I used to say you can really find yourself only out of your comfort zone. When you go out of this, you will be able to find yourself and you will be able to work towards something that is looking like a life you want to be, person you want to be.
Right. So traveling, I want to talk about. So what did traveling to 66 countries teach you about who you are as a person?
Yeah. The thing is, every time you go to a new country, a new atmosphere, a new activity, for me, this is like your life is a big book. And every time you expose yourself to something new, you discover a new page about yourself. And so you discover a little bit more about yourself. So you know more. So you know better about yourself. So you know how to help you also better. Because this work, okay, this is a traveling, exposing yourself, exchanging. But this travel also is a inner travel in the same time. In the same time, have the same effect actually. I don't know if I explained it really good. In French, it makes a lot of sense, but in English, it's different.
Well, you can speak in French. Then I will get your
Oh
AI to
yeah.
translate it for me.
Okay, okay. I will talk French sometimes. And I heard you talking French at the beginning of this call, so
Oh, no, no, no. Oh my god, I embarrassed myself. But yeah,
no.
I would love to master French, but that's really so difficult, right?
And this is difficult learning French, but yeah, you will love it, I
It
think.
is. Like sidetrack a bit because the most difficult part about learning French is that there is a difference between male and female. Like That
Yeah,
just messed me up.
no, no, no. But if you try to see logic in learning French, you will. It will be too long for you to learn. You should step out with the logic way of thinking and just do what they say. And after you will understand, somehow you will be able to talk. But this is so hard for foreigner to learn French.
Yeah, but your English is perfect.
Ah, ça va. But I want to ask you something because you asked me about my travels, and you asked me also what did I learn from my travels. But I want to ask you the same question as well because you traveled also in 30 plus countries, and I want to know what, in which way it affects you in maybe in the good or in the bad way, and what type of travel gives you the most effect on you, gives you the most change maybe.
Well, these are the questions that I'm about to ask you, but
Ah
yeah, I can give
no.
you my
Okay, okay.
being asked question on my own podcast. That's first time that's ever happened. But to me, I feel like my pattern is that in the past, at least this is what happened in the past. Whenever I feel lost, like I lost myself, I don't even know who am I anymore. My first instinct
Yeah.
was to travel. Like I just want to go somewhere. Like I just want to go somewhere new, go somewhere foreign just by myself, and hopefully I will find myself. Like that was my pattern. That's why I travel so much because I lost myself over and over and over again. And to answer your question, I think I still haven't discovered myself. Who am I? Because we are all. It's life is a journey, right? You can never get to a place where you are perfect. You figure things out. You are completely who you are meant to be, right? I believe we are still works in progress. So that's why we always travel, and I love experiences, right? That's why I love having you on the show because you are all about experiences. And the other thing that we have in common,
Yeah.
not just French, but I also have done Vipassana.
You have what?
Vipassana retreat, the
Oh,
silent retreat.
Vipassana retreat. For me, this is one of the most extreme stuff I ever done. I'm a skydiver, freediver, or whatever, but this is extreme. Vipassana. How did you felt after? Did you felt at the moment that you wanted to quit? You
Yeah,
say, yeah, I
I
just want
know.
to leave. What I'm doing here. Yeah, you felt it also as well.
Yeah, I wanted to quit on I think day two. Which day do you want to quit?
Me, no, me too many times to say. I think day two, day five, day seven, I wanted to quit so often. But after, yeah, no. After you, at the end, you don't want to leave. It's a good thing.
Yeah, I have the same feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where was your
this
Vipassana?
is magical, right? Um, Austria. I did it in Austria. Where did you do it?
I did it in India. It's named in Dehradun. One of the oldest one. It was in the middle of the jungle, close by Himalaya, and I got smuggled by one of my best friend. He's 74 years old, and he's the one who gave me a surprise. Like I met him in Vietnam during my travel, and we share a really good moment. Every morning, I was going in front of his house, picking him up with the scooter, going to a boat tour, going to party with him, and he has so much wisdom in his thoughts, in his mind, his word. That's the type of person that you just sit around him and you feel like a aura of peace. You just feel in peace around him, and people come to us at the table.
Right.
They just talk about their problems and everything, and in 2 words, they succeed to make them understand that this is not a problem. Your life is beautiful. And so this type of man became one of my best friends and invited me to come in India. Told me one day, hey, you like meditation? Yeah. Okay, come with me tomorrow. You take a few stuff with you. So I didn't know nothing about Vipassana. Just say, so yeah, you're going to stay there for 10 days. And yeah, so good. Did your audience know about Vipassana?
My audience, yeah, I did a podcast to share about my experience. So if people have been listening from day one, they will know what Vipassana is. Otherwise, if they are new, yeah, they wouldn't know. But I think it's quite well known all over the world because they have retreats all over the world, right? I think it's getting more and more popular.
Yeah, yeah, it's getting. Now you can wait 6 months, 1 year, 1 year and a half just to get the place for Vipassana. Now it's getting really known.
Yeah,
But yeah, it was really intense. I remember that it was one of the trigger for me to find this project, Pulsia, because I went back on myself. I said, what type of life I want to have? What is my ikigai? You know about the Japanese um,
yeah,
philosophy,
Ikigai,
Ikigai.
yes.
I found it with Pulsia. I found it thanks of Vipassana because I had enough time to listen to
Wow.
the question and to the answer I already had. And during Vipassana, you don't run away from the thoughts that make you uncomfortable. You just accept them and embrace them. And this is why I recommend to everybody to do Vipassana, just to discover a little bit more about themselves, what there is in silence. And in silence, there is most of the answer that you're looking for.
Hmm. Yeah, I would say, yeah, let's talk about that because in your experience, right, not just Vipassana, but meditation, I know I watched one of your videos. You also talk about meditation is not, it's, you don't need like, you say you just need 1 minute of stillness. That's what you said in the video that I
Yeah,
watched. So what do people actually meet inside themselves when the noise disappears? You know, like all the noise, right, disappear. Like what do we actually meet inside ourselves?
but like we said, most of the time, what you need inside yourself when the noise is out is your true self, is what you really are and what you really supposed to be, and also what you're running away from. What are the truth that you're running away from? And from this moment of truth, you will find also, and again, the answer to know what is the path that you need to take. So if you don't take this time, and for me, this is like a blessing for people just to get this. People used to say being in depression, this is bad. It could be if you don't use it well. But depression, this is a moment that you take your life into account. Like you think about everything in your life, and you're running to try to find answers. But if you accept this and you just understand that this is a moment that I should find an answer, this depression gap moment, introspective path will be the moment that you will get so many answers about what type of life that you want to have. So silence gives you the space for that.
Yeah, that's so true. So, other than Vipassana, I know you have also done a lot of extreme stuff like free diving, skydiving, you name it, you have it.
Yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
would you say is the experience that had the greatest impact on your personal transformation? Or is it Vipassana?
Okay, no, man. I will say so. There is three things, and it's that simple, that easy because these are now four things. These are the most important things. The first one, of course, is vipassana. You learn a little bit more about yourself, and you learn to be the best friend and a better friend with yourself, for yourself. And this is what I learned with Vipassana. The second thing will be when I became a licensed skydiver. Like you understand that some stuff that you used to think that should be not will not be possible. Yeah, we'll jump from a plane and everything. Now you understand that yes, it's possible. You just need to go to make some class, and everyone can be a skydiver. So when you say that you took this kind of decision that push you away, you jumped from a plane, something that should be scary in a normal moment, a decision or whatever. What's gonna scare you after that? What type of decision is gonna scare you after you jump off out of a plane? And at this moment, I understand like, okay, my potential is not known yet. I need to go a little bit closer from my limit. I need to find my to find my limit and to keep pushing it to understand what is and what will be my true potential. And the third thing, I stay in the extreme sport. This one is also for me is way more extreme than skydiving. This is freediving. Like you just make one with the ocean. Freediving, for the people who don't know, this is not you go inside of the water with the scuba, with oxygen and everything. You just take a deep breath and you do some deep dive under the water. One of the most extreme sport apparently from some survey. But this is also one of the most sensational sports. We talked about Vipassana just before. I don't know if some moment of your Vipassana, you went in some meditation that you lose the track on your body, you got some vibration, and you feel like you're nothing and everything at the same time.
Mm.
So the sport that enhance and use this sensation the most is freediving because you learn to spend less as energy as possible. You learn to think less useless as possible. You need to quiet your mind and to be one with everything around you, to spend less energy and just to accept the fact that you are 30 meters underwater, and if you panic, you can die. And when you accept this fact of, I just need to trust myself, to trust my feeling, and to accept this moment, this is my situation, and I know how to get out of it, you have a certain peace inside you that once again make you understand that your potential is limitless. And you know the moment when you're doing the freediving, the moment when you I don't know if you had this feeling when you were underwater once and you felt like you have no more oxygen in your lungs and you're just looking for to go out of the water to breathe. This moment is just an information to your brain with the with the COE. I don't know how to say it in English. Carbon that you have in your brain, dioxide of carbon. That means that you still have 50% of your oxygen available. So what you learn when you do freediving, you learn accept this pressure, this neediness of breathing. You just accept, and you don't, you know, the sensation of contraction. I want to breathe. You don't force against it. You just accept it and take it as a pulsion to get even deeper in your meditative state. And you take like the movement and you go even deeper in your meditative state. You do less movement slowly as possible. And yeah, I went into a trance mode at this moment. It was so good. So this teach me a lot about my potential
Mm.
and my limits. And yeah, I love it. You will be able to jump out of a plane or maybe to do freediving.
I mean, me.
Could interest you on yeah.
um,
Yeah, you,
I would love to. Yeah. I am more of a hiking person, I would say, at this moment, right? But I always wanted to dive.
yeah,
I don't know how to dive as of now. Skydiving, yes, it's on
yeah,
my bucket list, but when am I gonna do it?
yeah.
I have no idea, right? One day I will just wake up and like I'm gonna go skydiving. I'm the kind of person, right?
I will make sure of that. I will make sure of that. Okay, I prepare the, I prepare everything for you.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, you will be the first person I call when I'm ready. I
Exactement.
just need some help. Like, tell me
Exactement. You have
how
to.
not to die, or how to stay alive. Yeah, but what because your it's all about the aliveness that you talk about in your work in yeah in your business, right? That you have created these retreats, for people. So what do these extreme sports or activities teach people about aliveness? Like how can you help people stay alive?
So for me, I didn't talk about this yet, but I have to talk about contrast. So, like I told you, I work in the both extreme. For me, the moment that you feel the most sensation of stuff, that's at the extreme. So, extreme adrenaline and extreme stillness, these are the activity and or the emotion that gives you the more aliveness for me. Like you are so present at this moment. But so, if you take only extreme adrenaline itself, that's amazing. You feel alive. You come back to yourself. You have no more. You say to your brain, it's time to focus. This is the moment that you're alive. And when you're in extreme stillness, you say to your brain, this is the moment to disconnect also with yourself and to be at this moment. But when you balance between the both extreme, it can only and it's only enhance the effect of each of it. It's like when you have white on white, it's still white, but when you put white on black, this is a whiter thing in the room. And same, if you eat only sugar and after you eat something with salt, it's have a better and enhanced taste in your mouth. And if you balance in a harmonic and protocolic way between the high intensity adrenaline and the extreme stillness, you will be able to enhance the effect of each of it. And you will be able to first reconnect with yourself in present moment with the adrenaline to make understand to your brain, your body, you're here right now, you're alive. Because when you jump from a plane, you don't think about what is the invoice I need to think to pay this month, or I receive a message from Caroline. I don't know. You don't think about this. You're here right now. And the moment of stillness right after is making sure that this moment of truth that you find with yourself, with extreme sport, you have enough time to anchor it in your body, in your brain, in your mind. It's no longer just a moment, it's also part of yourself. And balancing like this will make all the activity get higher and more enhanced and more intense. Now I'm doing a partnership with the university, but also with the laboratory, because all the expedition, not only like you come living the best moment of your life in the most beautiful place, out of the touristic way because this is really immersive moment. It's also to track and measure the difference and the effect on yourself. So 2 weeks before the expedition, you receive a connected bracelet, or you can choose also the connected ring. You wear it 2 weeks before, during the expedition, and 90 days after. You also have class to prepare you if you want the expedition. And after you have class to stick this to your mind so you come different and you know how to stick it with you for years after that. And so people just have the before and after. They have a ROI, what changed on their stress, what's changed on the neural system, what's changed on their sleep and everything. They can see the difference on their body.
Right. Yeah, I guess you gotta track and measure the results, right? Before and after the expedition, like you said.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
very important.
And you also talk about like the extreme sports, it's a reset protocol, right? And more than just
Yeah,
adrenaline rush and you talk about it being a reset, right, to our nervous system. So for people who are always in a survival mood, like autopilot, like I gotta fight and people might be thinking like what I need is rest, right? I'm stressed out, I'm burnt out, I need to just rest. Why do I need to go for like extreme sports? So how do you explain it to them that it's a reset and you need beyond just rest?
yeah. So the thing is, your brain, your mind, we talk about adaptation, we talk about autopilot, we talk about all of this. And more, yeah, that you were in this phase of autopilot adaptation to a life that you were not meant to have and meant to enjoy because there is some part of your life that you're suffering from it, but you accept, you adapt to it and everything. So you can do like a little rest for a day, maybe 2 days. You can go to travel for a moment and just disconnect for a moment, but it will not change who you are. You will just come back. And even before you come back home, sometimes you travel and you also already have something in your stomach knowing, I will go back to my problem. I'm still the same person. I just make pause in my life, in my problem, but I will just take it back and go back to everything. So the reset here is make understand to your body that there is no runaway. You need to aggress your body. You need to make it hard. This is why this is a hard reset. And this is why also we have balance recovery after that. It's because the hard reset can work only if the recovery is important also. And the balance once again. And why people need this hard reset is like when you do a fasting. You know, your cells, when you don't eat, they find some places, they have enough energy to find cells, to restore some cells in your body. And this is how your human system work. And this is the same for yourself. So when you expose yourself strong enough to a moment of intense emotion, intense life, intense pleasure also, because pleasure, I didn't talk about this, but joy and pleasure, this is one of the best emotion for change and reset, because it's have an impact in all of your body. The gratefulness, there is many survey that say that gratefulness, this is one of the best emotion for the brain and the human system. And when you have a moment of life, when you disconnect from your phone, because you have the choice to choose your intensity of expedition. We have like a matchmaking. So you do a diagnostic to answer many questions about yourself, to understand a little bit more about yourself. And I have my AI work with my cloud code to understand what will be the most optimized group for you. So the matchmaking is perfect. You're with the best group with the perfect intensity. You can choose to go even during the expedition. We have some moments, some little activity come like a surrounded 24 hours or 48 hours of silence, and a lot of little activity will make this silence enhance. Moment with nature, moment with animals, so you really feel live again. And when you cut with this silence, I didn't talk about this yet, but this is included in all of the expedition, that you have this moment of social and environmental impact. It's depend of the profile of the group, of the cohort. For example, maybe you will like it, but in March next year, we have an expedition made only for women entrepreneurs. It's going to be only a woman expedition entrepreneurs. So they're going to be able to also work on their cloud code. because there is two type of, there's too many information that I'm giving you right now, but we have two type of expedition. For the people who, they don't only want to reset their life, they don't only want to have a real moment of pure life and come back home with more clarity, with aliveness, with ultra presence, but they also want to find their path and to be more productive in their life and to find more time for creativity. So I built something. Once again, this is things for me, but my friends also around. All the stuff that I'm building, I will be the first client to buy it. But so the thing is, you know about cloud codes, you can automatize a lot of stuff. So
Yeah.
some friend of mine, including me, but I don't have the same level of them, they are cloud code architect. So they know how to automate and enhance each type of business and to make it in the ecosystem. So we include some deep work session in the expedition to enhance the evolution and the learning with cloud code. Because most of the people, when they learn something, they go for a class, they can pay 1,000, 2,000 euro of coaching, and even sometimes they don't even finish it because this is hard to stay focused, it's hard to finish it. Me, I want to create like a the class teaching locking trip, which look like the best trip of your life, but you also practice and learn about cloud code automation. You bring your business and we teach you how to implement cloud code directly in your business. And you don't only work in yours, people do the same around you. You can also heard some ideas, some information from other people. And the thing is, we have some, I have a friend, I can't say the name yet, but he's in AI world, he's really good out of it. And he will come to do a masterclass to make a little surprise. But the thing is, we create the perfect environment for people to practice, to implement, and enhance their business. I remember the best moment of clarity for my business, the moment I took the best decision was after skydiving, or maybe after a big meditation of 2 hours. And we create this vibe, we create this moment for you. And everything, like you say, is tracked and everything. So you can see the difference on you. I don't know if I replied to the question. I went too far right now.
Yeah, I forgot what my question was. Like honestly
But
speaking.
no, but this lock-in session, I see you in the lock-in session. Like only girls entrepreneurs for March, or maybe you just come for the normal lock-in session. But the fact that people can work on their own business, learn how to implement cloud code to enhance, to automatize, get more time for creativity, opportunity. Um, this is something that's really count for me. I really want to make sure that this will be possible. It didn't happen yet. I'm trying to make this happen for August for the first expedition, and after in March for the special team for the National Women's Day. Anyway, voilà, voilà, voilà.
Okay. So are you the host for all these expeditions?
So the thing is, because I'm a skydiver and freediver instructor, I can be here to help people to also be like a type of a bonus um, bonus instructor. But I'm surrounded only by professional. I can be there or not there. It will be the same quality. But I want to be there for the. I'm always there for the first two expedition, 2 weeks, to see how everything is working, to see if all the team and all the protocol is set in a good way. Everything is good. And after the goal is to open every 2 or 3 months a new hub in a new place, and every time I stay like for 2 3 expedition to see how it works, and every time to open new hub, and each hub gonna have its own signature. Like for example in Morocco, the silence, you're gonna make it in the Sahara desert, and in Philippines if you do the free diving, you're gonna do it in the Barracuda Lake, one of the best places to do free diving. Like you have warm water, you have normal water for like 10, 13, 13 meters. And when you pass this 10, 30 meters, there is barracuda around you also swimming with you. But this is warm water after, like the type of jacuzzi warmness water. And you go and you deep dive into it. It's so beautiful. So yeah, each place gonna have a signature, and
Wow.
c'est ça, c'est ça.
It's really beautiful.
This is my dream, huh? This is my dream.
Yeah, I really love what you have created. And so if someone listening today, they have kind of, maybe they are a successful entrepreneur, they have achieved the success, but they still feel numb or disconnected from themselves
Yeah.
or anyone, right? Doesn't have to be entrepreneur. What is the first step you will ask them to take?
I will ask them to disconnect from their phone for a moment. Digital detox. This is so important. And you implement also silence mode during this digital detox. Because when you're not fully aligned with yourself, you used to run away from the fact that you're not aligned with yourself. You're gonna look for your phone, check your message, or maybe watch a series or whatever. But digital detox plus silence, that's moment of truth. And in this moment of truth, you will find answer that okay, what's actually bothering me in my life right now? Why I have success, but what are the three point that make my life feeling like this? What are the things that I got adapt that I should never adapt to? And at this moment, if you want to make it harder and deeper, this is why I propose in Mexico and some deep reset only for 3 days. This is you go for a weekend, you just disconnect. Of course, you can choose to give your phone, to give away your phone for real digital detox. There is a box and everything. You can choose the intensity of it. You can choose to do skydiving or freediving. You can't have both in 3 days. This is impossible. So you choose what you choose what type of extreme activity you want to find yourself to, and at this moment of presence, you will be able to listen to yourself. You will be able to feel again what is to feel alive. Because most of the time, when you are so often in the autopilot, you can even get adapt to the feeling of being in autopilot. And this is the worst of all because you forgot what is to feel alive. So you forgot what you should go back to. And this is the most scary one. This is why hard reset will bring you back to the moment, will bring you back alive. This is the advice I get for people.
Really love that. This is such a important reminder, and I can talk to you for days, if not, for hours. But is there anything that you really want to talk about? Perhaps I didn't ask you or didn't let you today.
Yeah, I can finish with that. You know the fact also about doing a hard reset in your brain and your nervous system, because we didn't talk enough about the nervous system. Being exposed to extreme adrenaline, extreme stillness, extreme emotion, new environment, these are the only few elements and things in life that can reactivate your neuroplasticity. Because after 26, your neuroplasticity, but also your hippocampus, the two parts of your brain which are meant to be there for learning, clarity, and memory. These three parts, literally shrinks. It's naturally. They shrinks after 26, and even more when you're in autopilot mode, because they just get used to this life. They get used to not think, to not feel, to not, and they shrinks. So the moment when you activate them again, the moment when you impulse them again, you develop them again, this moment is created by the activity that I told you. And in this kind of moment, you can think and feel different again. So yeah, I would say find moments, a way to activate this. You don't need to jump out of a plane. You have way easier way to do that. You can take a cold shower.
Mm.
That also activates your neuroplasticity. This is uncomfortable. You can do a force silence also. This is moment of truth. You can do it with yourself. You just each day you start with 10 minutes, and after you do 20 minutes, and after you do 30 minutes, a little bit more each time. So you do it slowly. You can do also moment of connection with nature, with nothing, digital detox. You don't take your phone in the morning. So a lot of little stuff that everybody know, but when you do it well, slowly you remember what is to feel alive again.
Yeah.
And this also gives you the potential, because I want to come back to the lock-in stuff just before. This neuroplasticity and hippocampus will give you more space to learn new things. About the flow state. The moment that artists or maybe
Yeah.
athletes got, I will take the example of athletes, NBA player, when they're on the flow state, they do stuff that they're not used to do. Like their best potential is used and they use no energy to do so. So the flow state can be activated, but it will not be activated by itself. You can force it to activate. And this is by being ultra present. And how to be ultra present is to be in a moment with yourself. So everything's come in the mean in the same time, and you will be able to come back with some skills about yourself back home, more clarity, being able to be present. People, when they're gonna look at you in their eyes, when you're gonna talk with your kids, with your wife, they're gonna feel like you're here with them at this moment, looking at them, at their soul, and connecting with them. And when you want to focus with work, when want to be productive, you will be able to really activate this flow state and to do it fully and enjoy it. Voilà, voilà. C'est comme ça, c'est comme ça.
No, that's perfect. Say perfect. uh,
C'est parfait. Hey, I love your accent. I love your accent. Say it again, say it again.
I'm not doing it again.
I
First time doing it on my podcast. Oh my god, I feel so embarrassing. Anyway,
love it.
thank you so much for everything. This has been so fun and powerful.
Yeah.
And so now tell my people where they can find you online if they want to learn more about the retreats. Where do they go?
Yeah. So really soon, I'm gonna open the gate for the matchmaking system. So I create the inner app. No, this is maybe too much information, but I create like a matchmaking system, which with some information about yourself, some question that can understand you slowly, process by process. We're gonna understand what type of expedition match you the most. It can be 3 days, maybe it can be 8 days, maybe it can be the lock-in session, working with cloud code in your business. You come back, it's like an investment on yourself, but it's like a class for your business or maybe whatever, but looks like a trip. And so with this, we will be able also to match you with the perfect cohort, with the perfect people in the perfect intensity. So this open really soon. Normally in 1 week, it's already finished, but I want to be announce it publicly and to open new spots and to finish also some really good partnership who can enhance the quality of the expedition. Some association I want to get them in touch. So we also have this moment. You don't only travel for yourself, for you. You also leave an impact on places that you travel to. And yeah, so really soon. So I'm gonna say I have nothing, no links to give you so far. Just talking with you was good enough. Yeah, if they want to find me, maybe Pulsia Protocol. This is the Instagram that is actually running, but it's gonna be in another way. So yeah, voila voila.
Yeah, I guess it is so private and exclusive. Like not everyone can access it, right? They have to find a way, or they have to have a connection, right?
Yeah.
Alright, guys, for everyone listening, you will find all the links and resources mentioned in the show notes below. And if this conversation resonated with you, share it with someone you care about. It might be exactly the reminder they need to hear today. Again, thanks for listening, and I wish you all a joyful and amazing day ahead. Thank you again for tuning into 5 Joey Joanne podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, take a screenshot and share it on your IG story and tag 5 Joey Joanne _podcast so I know you are listening. And leave us a positive review on Apple Podcasts if you haven't already done so. And remember to hit the subscribe button whether you are listening on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, or any of your other favorite platforms. If you love what we are doing and want to become one of our sponsors, you can send me a DM to connect. And thanks for being here. I will see you soon in the next episode.